Senthilbalaji is back in the limelight. Out on bail after being in custody for 471 days in an alleged money laundering case, he has been reinstated in the MK Stalin cabinet. Why this importance to a serial party hopper? Vanakkam. This is T. Suresh Kumar. Thank you for joining me in this episode of the Hindu Focus Tamil Nadu. On a personal note, let me register here that last year the Hindu had put out a video on Senthilbalaji soon after he was arrested by the Enforcement Directorate in a job racket related money laundering case. That video incidentally turned out to be the stepping stone for launching this weekly videocast series called Focus Tamil Nadu. Now, 15 months later, the Supreme Court has granted bail to Senthilbalaji. On the evening of September 26th, he walked out of the Puzhal Central Prison in Chennai to a hero's welcome. As fireworks lit up the sky, scores of party workers and frontline leaders welcomed him. A day later, several prominent personalities from the world of politics lined up to greet him. Incidentally, Senthilbalaji is not a front-ranking leader of the DMK. In fact, for that matter, he had joined the DMK less than 6 years ago. Then what explains this mega reception to a party hopper? The answer to this question lies in the unshakable confidence that Stalin has in Senthilbalaji. In fact, in his first reaction to the Supreme Court order granting him bail, Stalin said, "I welcome my brother Senthilbalaji, who will come out of jail with greater vigour." Stalin said that even during the emergency, no one was jailed for 471 days. According to him, the political conspiracies had continued for the next 15 months. There was an attempt to break Senthilbalaji's will by keeping him in jail. He told Senthilbalaji that your sacrifice is greater and your will is even greater. Stalin contended that the ED was being used as a weapon to suppress the BJP's political opponents. Therefore, Stalin not only re-inducted Senthilbalaji in his cabinet, but also restored to him the plum portfolios of electricity and prohibition and excise, which he held before he went to jail last year. Going a step further, Stalin countered critics who questioned his praise for Senthilbalaji's so-called sacrifice. He charged that a group had conspired against the DMK, intending to use Senthilbalaji as a pawn, and he paid the price for it by being in jail for 15 months, and that was his sacrifice. Political opponents have, however, sharpened the attack on Stalin. They pointed out that it was the same Stalin who in 2016 at an election rally had accused Senthilbalaji of being a law unto himself in Karur, which is his native district. The sharpest attack so far has come from the PMK founder S. Ramdas. He wondered if Senthilbalaji was indeed a martyr, then were those who allegedly gave him money and felt cheated betrayers. Ramdas in fact questioned as to how the Chief Minister, who is supposed to be the people's judge, could act as a lawyer in defense of Senthilbalaji. He said it was unacceptable that the Chief Minister should stoop to this extent of protecting somebody who had spoiled the future of thousands of job seekers. The PMK leader went on to dub this whole exercise of trying to project Senthilbalaji as a clean man as a Dravida model washing machine in which even the stains of corruption are bleached to an extent that it becomes invisible. Expressing doubts over the possibility of a fair trial in Tamil Nadu, the PMK leader said the government should ideally approach the Supreme Court and transfer the trial to some other state. The DMK Organization Secretary R.S. Bharati, however, has defended Stalin's change in opinion about Senthilbalaji and his involvement in this alleged scam. According to Bharati, Stalin had earlier laid a virtual charge sheet against Senthilbalaji based on the cases that were registered against him in 2015. He said Stalin had made those remarks in 2016. However, in 2018, when Senthilbalaji joined the DMK, he had clarified to the party leader that some of the subsequent cases were registered against him out of political vendetta. He said that this was done because he had opposed the then Chief Minister Edappadi Palaniswamy and joined hands with the Amma Makkal Munnetra Kalagam founder TTV Dinakaran. As to what constituted Senthilbalaji's sacrifice, Bharati has cited the argument put forth by the lawyers of Senthilbalaji during one of the bail hearings. One lawyer had told the court that the ED was questioning him as to why don't you join the BJP. This was a charge that the ED lawyer had strongly countered at that point. However, Bharati's argument is that Senthilbalaji resisted joining the BJP and remained with the DMK, and therefore that constitutes sacrifice. Such political arguments aside, the fact remains that the Supreme Court itself had found basis to the cases registered against Senthilbalaji. In fact, 2 years ago, the Supreme Court had disapproved of the Madras High Court quashing the case against Senthilbalaji following a compromise between what it called the bribe giver and the bribe taker. At that time, the court had stopped short of ordering a SIT probe into the whole case. Even now, while granting bail, the Supreme Court has imposed stringent conditions on Senthilbalaji. This includes a mandate to appear before the ED twice every week. In fact, now the Apex Court has requested the Chief Justice of the Madras High Court to assign the cases against Senthilbalaji to a trial judge who has lesser workload because the current judge is handling more than 20 cases. Stalin's politics about the BJP misusing the ED and other such agencies aside, it appears that he is under political compulsion to back Senthilbalaji because of the latter's political utility in the western region, particularly Karur and Coimbatore. These are regions where the DMK has traditionally faced a strong challenge from the AIADMK, and Senthilbalaji's role would be crucial to stop the growth of the BJP in Coimbatore as well. However, his unquestioned support to Senthilbalaji and reinstatement in the government clearly sends out wrong signals to victims of the alleged job fraud. Besides, it has also hurt the government's image. In the future, one cannot rule out the possibility of a strong censure from the Supreme Court or a proactive judicial engagement to monitor how the case against Senthilbalaji proceeds. On that note, this is D. Suresh Kumar signing off. I shall meet you in another video. Thank you.